to the extent that people claim we do not deserve the pay that we are receiving just because we are not visible in the work environment. Hi, this is Subb and you're watching The Inkling. And karong adlaw atong istoryahan kung nganong fulfilling mahimong magtutudlo. Kung interesado kang pakinggan ang nilalaman nitong video, manatili ka dito. In these trying times, lalo na sa pandemya, we are called to continue education. Given the resources, schools have been implementing initiatives just to implement the continuity of education. However, it's so disheartening para sa part ng mga guro that rumor has it, some people claim that we do not deserve the pay that we are receiving just because we are not visible in the work environment. Well, I say, hayaan mo kung ihayag ang mga dahilan kung bakit mananatili akong guro. Today, I want to tell you guys the reasons kung bakit mananatili akong guro despite the odds. Number 1, our profession does not discriminate. Unlike other employers, ours does not discriminate. Bakit? Because teaching is not a job that requires pleasing personality, which literally means good looks. Actually, madali lang naman talagang maghanap ng trabaho. Ang mahirap ang makapasok. Lalo na't una sa listahan, ang karektan. I know a friend who's actually smart, talented, and learned. In fact, she graduated with honors, with Latin honors, cum laude to be exact. But she was rejected many times. Reason? Hindi pasok sa pamantayan ng lipunan ang kanyang karektan. Alam mo yung feeling ng pinagpaguran mo at lahat-lahat ang 4 na taon mo sa kolehiyo, yung thesis mong pabalik-balik ka sa advisor mo, ilang draft na ang binago mo, and this is what you get for trying? Like, this is unfair. And I know life at times can be unfair. And employment in this type of industries can be toxic, can be sometimes toxic. Their requirement for beauty isn't for everyone. And, you know, that's a little bit biased para sa mga graduates ng mga profession related to that industry. However, I understand them because that's how they work. That's how they operate. But I wish we could end this, this notion, this norm requiring, high beauty standards for employment. We have to admit, this generation is too superficial. The problem is we are buying the notion. Pininiwalaan natin na masyado that notion na maganda ka pag maputi ka. That, and commercials have been, subconsciously or unconsciously teaching us that you have to be fair, you have to have a fair complexion, you have to be white, and that should not be the way. I do not know when will this mentality end, when this mentality will end, but I wish, it could be lessened. It could actually gradually fade sa ating mentality. And for the question, when will this end? I do not know. Kaya nga ako naging guro, hindi kasi ako pwede sa airlines. Pangalawang rason, teachers are not transactional. Huh? What do you mean by that? What I am meaning to say is that our relationship with our clients or our learners isn't transactional. We are not transactional. Mula sa salitang ugat na transact, which means to carry on business. To begin with, we are not businessmen. Secondly, wala kaming pera, wala kaming kapital, ganong kalaking kapital to begin business. Uutangin pa namin sa bangko. Let me further explain. When you go to a bank and you want to open a bank account, you see a bank personnel that would attend to your concerns. And then after that, if the transaction is already finished, you're done, you leave. When you're sick, you consult a doctor. Once you're examined, lab results and everything, you're done. You pay, you leave, and you purchase prescription drugs. If you want to build a house, you might want to consider hiring an engineer. Once the contract is done, you pay the engineer, and you're done. They leave. Those that were mentioned actually have one common denominator. You know what that is? It's transactions. They operate in transactions. And unlike all of them, teachers are not transactional. Why? Because teachers do not thrive in this kind of process. We tend to lean on long-term relations. Kaya nga nabuo ang kasabihang, the influence of a teacher never stops. And just because you've just been promoted to another level does not mean that your connection with your teachers also stops. It does not work that way, and we are not like that. Pangatlo, we are recognized. Teaching is perhaps the only one in the world that is widely recognized. We have Teachers Day, World Teachers Day to be exact. And you don't have, Doctors Day, Engineers Day, and other professions day. I'm not taking it against other professions, but it is true. We are recognized. I mean, this is the only profession of my month-long celebration. Pangapat, we get so much courtesy and respect. Alam mo yung magpunta ka kahit saan, sa mall, palengke, office, and any other places, public places, you are actually addressed as ma'am at saka sir. And it's already in human nature that people, when they see teachers, they always address yung ma'am at saka sir. And that respect is naturally given to us teachers. Panghuli, our compensation. Our compensation really pays, lalo na't nasa public school teaching ka. However, in the current situation that we are in, this pandemic has actually ruined almost everything. Life, mental health, social health, and to the extent that people claim we do not deserve the pay that we are receiving just because we are not visible in the work environment. It's sad. It's really saddening to hear na may mga taong galit o naiinis because wala daw kami ginagawa. We are working from home and we are paid. Naiintindihan namin that you think it's unfair na ang ibang mga professionals, they go out, lumalabas sila to work physically. I also personally resonate with you guys that you feel we are paid more than other workers. But you also have to bear with us. To be honest, ang daming guro na gusto mag-volunteer to aid the manpower in this current situation, but we just could not. We also want to battle against COVID-19. We can only do so much, and that much isn't enough para tulungan ang ating mga frontliners. Not to mention, we are also doing our share amidst this pandemic. Ang pinagkaiba lang, nasa sektor kami ng edukasyon. We aren't under DOH. Kami rin naman na may takot at pangamba. So I plea that you trust us as much as you trust our health workers. And with that said, I fervently pray that we get through this the soonest possible time. And we also acknowledge lahat ng initiative of our unsung heroes today, our healthcare workers, doctors, the nurses, and everyone helping hand in hand to battle against COVID-19. We owe you so much, guys, and I hope we can return the favor. But for now, thank you so much. At yun ang mga rason kung bakit mananatili akong guro sa kabila ng lahat ng mga nangyayari. Thank you all for watching, and please help this channel grow by subscribing, liking, and sharing, because this is the Inkling.